China.
China, with its rich tapestry of history, culture, and innovation, has captured the world's attention for centuries. From the grandeur of the Tang dynasty to the transformative reforms of Deng Xiaoping, China's story is one of resilience, adaptation, and ambition. Today, it stands as a global superpower, influencing every facet of modern life, from economics to technology, geopolitics, and culture. Historical foundations. China's deep historical roots, stretching back over 5,000 years, have laid the groundwork for its modern ascendance. The philosophies of Confucius, the military strategies of Sun Tzu, and the innovations of ancient dynasties like the Han and Song have left an indelible mark on global civilization. The Great Wall, the Silk Road, and the invention of paper and gunpowder exemplify the ingenuity that has defined China through the ages. Economic ascendancy. The Reform Era. China's economic transformation began in earnest with the 1978 reforms initiated by Deng Xiaoping. These policies introduced market-oriented changes that unlocked the country's vast potential. The establishment of special economic zones (CES) like Shenzhen catalyzed foreign investment and industrial growth. Manufacturing dominance. Today, China is often referred to as the world's factory. It produces everything from consumer electronics to heavy machinery, contributing over 18% to global GDP. This manufacturing prowess has not only driven economic growth but also positioned China as a critical link in global supply chains. Innovation and entrepreneurship. Beyond manufacturing, China is fostering innovation. Cities like Shenzhen and Hangzhou are hubs for startups and tech giants, including Huawei, Tencent, and Alibaba. The government's support for entrepreneurship has created a fertile ground for innovation, propelling China toward a knowledge-based economy, technological leadership, artificial intelligence, and big data. China's ambitious push in AI and big data analytics is reshaping industries such as healthcare, finance, and logistics. Its facial recognition technologies and social credit systems, while controversial, exemplify the country's ability to leverage data on an unprecedented scale. Space exploration. China's space program has achieved remarkable milestones, including landing a rover on the far side of the moon and initiating plans for a permanent lunar base. These achievements underscore its aspiration to become a dominant player in the space race. Green technology. Recognizing the urgency of climate change, China has also emerged as a leader in renewable energy technologies. It is the largest producer of solar panels and wind turbines, and its electric vehicle market is the world's largest. The Belt and Road Initiative (BRI), launched in 2013, the BRI is perhaps the most ambitious infrastructure project in modern history. By connecting over 60 countries through roads, railways, ports, and digital networks, China aims to revive the ancient Silk Road while securing economic and geopolitical influence. However, concerns about debt trap diplomacy and environmental impacts remain. South China Sea and Taiwan. China's territorial claims in the South China Sea and its unyielding stance on Taiwan are central to its foreign policy. These issues have heightened tensions with neighboring countries and global powers, particularly the United States. Soft power diplomacy. China is also expanding its influence through cultural and educational initiatives, such as Confucius Institutes and global media networks. While these efforts project a favorable image of China, they are often met with skepticism in host countries, domestic challenges, and reforms. Demographic shifts. China faces a demographic crossroads with its rapidly aging population and declining birth rate. The end of the one-child policy has yet to yield significant increases in births, posing challenges to economic sustainability and social welfare systems. Environmental sustainability. Years of rapid industrialization have left China grappling with severe environmental issues. Air and water pollution, deforestation, and desertification threaten public health and agricultural productivity. The government's aggressive push for green initiatives will be pivotal in addressing these challenges. Social stability. Income inequality, urban-rural divides, and restrictions on freedoms have sparked social unrest. Balancing economic growth with social equity and political stability remains a delicate task for the leadership. The US-China dynamic economic rivalry. The trade war between the US and China reflects broader tensions in their economic relationship. From tariffs to tech bans, these disputes have far-reaching implications for global trade and innovation. Military posturing. The growing militarization of the Indo-Pacific region, fueled by China's military modernization and the US's strategic alliances, underscores the complexity of their rivalry. The potential for miscalculations in this volatile landscape is a constant concern. Global governance. Despite their differences, the US and China share common interests in combating global challenges like climate change and pandemics. Their ability to collaborate or fail to do so will significantly impact global stability. China's cultural renaissance. As China grows economically and geopolitically, it is also experiencing a cultural renaissance. From blockbuster films to thriving esports leagues and the global popularity of Chinese cuisine, the country is asserting its soft power. Traditional festivals, like the Lunar New Year, are celebrated worldwide, highlighting the global reach of Chinese culture. Looking ahead, the future of China economic and political reform. China's ability to maintain its trajectory will depend on its willingness to adapt. Economic reforms, such as boosting domestic consumption and reducing reliance on exports, will be crucial. Politically, increased transparency and citizen participation could enhance governance, technological and environmental leadership. In the coming decades, China is poised to lead in emerging technologies like quantum computing and biotechnology. Its commitment to achieving carbon neutrality by 2060 could set a global benchmark for sustainable development. Global responsibility. As a global superpower, China faces heightened expectations to act responsibly on the international stage. From upholding human rights to providing equitable aid, its actions will shape its legacy. The global stage. China's role in multilateralism. As China grows in influence, it has taken an increasingly prominent role in international organizations, reshaping the dynamics of multilateral diplomacy. Institutions like the United Nations, the World Trade Organization (WTO), and the World Health Organization (WHO) have witnessed China assert its voice, often proposing reforms to align these institutions with its vision of global governance. China in the UN and peacekeeping. China is now one of the largest contributors to UN peacekeeping missions, both in terms of funding and personnel. Its deployments in Africa and the Middle East highlight its commitment to global stability. However, critics argue that China's involvement often aligns with its strategic interests, such as securing access to natural resources or protecting infrastructure investments under the Belt and Road Initiative (BRI). Trade and economic diplomacy. Through the WTO, China has emphasized its role as a defender of globalization and free trade. While its entry into the WTO in 2001 was a turning point, its trade practices such as state subsidies and alleged intellectual property theft remain contentious. Simultaneously, initiatives like the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership (RCEP) showcase China's leadership in creating trade blocs that exclude traditional Western powers, signaling a shift in economic alliances. China's vision for global connectivity. The Digital Silk Road. An extension of the BRI, the Digital Silk Road aims to build digital infrastructure globally, including undersea cables, data centers, and telecommunications networks. By exporting Chinese technology, such as Huawei's 5G systems, China is fostering digital connectivity while embedding its technological standards worldwide. However, this initiative has sparked concerns about data security, surveillance, and the potential for technology to be used as a tool of political influence. Countries adopting these technologies often grapple with balancing their need for development and concerns about sovereignty. Cultural diplomacy, a soft power strategy. China's soft power extends beyond economic and technological investments. The Confucius Institutes, cultural exchanges, and global media platforms like CGTN aim to present a harmonious image of China. Simultaneously, Chinese cinema, music, and art are gaining international acclaim, helping to bridge cultural gaps. Yet, controversies surrounding censorship, propaganda, and the suppression of dissent challenge the credibility of these efforts. For China, the soft power battle is as much about addressing these criticisms as it is about promoting its heritage and achievements. Environmental ambitions. Leading the Green Revolution. China's leadership in renewable energy is a testament to its commitment to combating climate change. As the largest producer of solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicles, China has positioned itself as a global leader in green technology, challenges to environmental goals. Despite these advancements, China remains the world's largest emitter of greenhouse gases, largely due to its reliance on coal. Balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability is a persistent challenge. Initiatives like the war on pollution and afforestation projects are steps in the right direction, but questions remain about their enforcement and long-term impact. Green finance. China's push for green finance, including green bonds and investment in sustainable projects, is reshaping global financial markets. These efforts aim to attract international investors while aligning with global sustainability goals. However, ensuring transparency and accountability in these projects is crucial to their success. Domestic developments. Navigating internal transformations, urbanization, and smart cities. China's rapid urbanization has created megacities like Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen, which are hubs of economic and technological activity. The next phase of this development focuses on building smart cities that leverage AI, Internet of Things, and big data to improve urban living standards. Education and human capital. Investments in education have been central to China's long-term strategy, with initiatives to promote STEM science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education and vocational training. China aims to equip its workforce with the skills needed for a knowledge-driven economy. However, the pressure of China's competitive education system has also sparked debates about mental health and social equity. Healthcare reform. China's healthcare system has undergone significant reform, particularly following the COVID-19 pandemic. Expanding access to healthcare and improving its quality are top priorities. Innovations like telemedicine and AI-driven diagnostics are playing a crucial role, but disparities between urban and rural areas remain stark. China's military evolution, the quest for power projection. Modernizing the People's Liberation Army (PLA). China's military modernization is evident in its advancements in missile technology, naval power, and cyber warfare capabilities. The PLA Navy, in particular, is expanding its presence in the Indo-Pacific, challenging traditional U.S. dominance in the region. The Indo-Pacific strategy. China's strategy in the Indo-Pacific involves asserting dominance in disputed areas like the South China Sea while building partnerships with nations through trade and investment. This dual approach has led to both alliances and confrontations, shaping a complex security environment. The human rights dilemma. China's human rights record remains a contentious issue. Allegations of abuses in Xinjiang, restrictions in Hong Kong, and limitations on freedom of expression have drawn international criticism. The Chinese government defends its policies as necessary for national security and stability, but these actions often clash with global human rights norms. China's space ambitions, reaching for the stars. China's achievements in space exploration are reshaping humanity's understanding of the cosmos. The Chang lunar missions, Mars rover Tianwen-1, and the Tiangong space station are just the beginning of its interstellar aspirations. The lunar economy. China's plans for lunar mining could unlock vast resources, such as helium-3, which is considered a potential energy source. Its collaboration with countries on space projects also reflects its desire to lead in the emerging space economy. The future of China, opportunities and challenges. A multipolar world. China's rise signifies a shift from a unipolar to a multipolar world. Whether it leads to competition or collaboration with other powers will depend on its approach to diplomacy and governance. The next generation of reforms. To sustain its growth, China must address structural issues like labor market inefficiencies, technological dependence, and regional disparities. The next wave of reforms will be critical in determining its trajectory, cultural renaissance, and identity. As China embraces modernity, it must also reconcile its traditional values with contemporary challenges. Striking a balance between Confucian ideals, socialism, and global integration will shape its identity in the decades to come. Conclusion. A new chapter in global history. China's journey is far from over. Its ability to navigate the intricate web of domestic priorities and international challenges will define the global narrative of the 21st century. Whether as a competitor, collaborator, or catalyst, China's actions will ripple across borders, shaping a shared destiny for all of humanity. The world watches with anticipation as China continues to craft its story, one of ambition, complexity, and profound influence.